WM1, the sign of a noob. Three characters that define a gameplay style that is universally criticized, condemned, and rejected by the TF2 community. It isn't news that limiting yourself to pressing W and the left mouse button isn't a versatile strategy. Besides, some people think it is a dirty way to play Pyro. But what if I told you that playing like this in some occasions could be very useful and even fun? So, WM1, this is our topic for today. For those of you who somehow don't know what is WM1, it is a strategy that consists on pressing W to run forward and the left mouse button, mouse 1, to attack. Any class can make use of this strategy, but we most often see Pyros doing it, because they don't have to aim that much with the flamethrower anyway, and also because they have a short attack range. Because you don't really need any sort of tactical knowledge to execute this kind of maneuver, it is very common for new players to rely on WM1 as some sort of basic survival instinct. Most veterans make fun of those who play solely as WM1, and the term even became a sort of bad word in TF2. Besides, there are also those who feel annoyed with WM1, saying that it is somehow hard to counter or not fun to play against, as if you were playing a fighting game against someone who only knows how to button mash. And for sure, playing solely like that won't get you very far. Frequently, WM1 Pyros die fast and don't do much to help the team. Especially because a Pyro has to stay close to the team to help put out fires, spy check, and air blast projectiles or pushing enemy players. Abusing WM1 stops the Pyro from concentrating on these other functions, which are way more important and even score more points on the match. However, and here's where things get interesting, there are some occasions in which WM1 not only is the best course of action, but is also necessary and fun. Pyro's support role is crucial, but players sometimes forget that Pyro is an attack class. Initially, when TF2 launched, Pyro didn't even have an air blast. It was a class that worked based on ambushing and attacking by surprise, and that's when WM1 becomes a viable strategy. Few things are scarier than a Pyro that caught you by surprise in short range. In the right situation, in short range, and from an ambush point, pursuing the enemy in this manner has great potential to get free kills, to increase the enemy's panic, and to bolster your team's confidence. I've seen it happen many times. When confronted by a Pyro who can use WM1 in the right situation, enemies usually have a knee-jerk reaction that can be exploited easily by you or by your teammates. Even if the Pyro dies as a result of the WM1 charge, it might have already done enough damage for the team to finish up remaining enemies. And it is also quite funny to see the players in the other team reacting to this sort of jump scare attack. But for this to work, you must count on the surprise aspect of it. You have to learn to be unpredictable, even if just a bit. There's also other benefits that help this sort of strategy. Pyro is one of the fastest classes in the game, so it isn't hard to get close to soldiers and demo men to hit them with the splash from their own rockets and grenades. Heavies that are running away from you or that aren't paying attention to your position are also vulnerable in this way. And you can also use your flames as a sort of smoke screen to obscure their vision a bit. This can help the rest of the team that's following your WM1 charge. In my opinion, the most interesting part of all this is that you can mix WM1 with other strategies, especially faking a WM1 to trigger the enemy to shoot a projectile and reflect it right in their face soon after. Or you could play with this expectation that more experienced soldiers have and just charge at them while they don't shoot their rockets, fearing you will air blast them. In other words, WM1 should be one more maneuver in your repertoire and should be combined with other tactics to better exploit the enemy. And I'm not even considering when you have a medic with you. and Uber WM1 Pyro can be a terrifying thing in close quarters. So this is my take on WM1. I don't think it is beneficial to have a prejudice against this way of playing, because it can be useful when mixed with proper skill. And what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with me? Leave a comment below because it will be interesting to chat about this. Don't forget to leave a like, share the video with your friends, and if you're new around here, subscribe to see my future content. Until next time!